You're watching a DuBois TV local educational program.
This video is produced and underwritten for DuBois TV by The Kinetic of downtown DuBois, of course.
Do you know a creative teenager who would like to learn the art of digital media production? The Kinetic is now proud to offer the Kurrent Youth Media Club, a teen outreach program offered in partnership with Integrated World Arts Incorporated, DuBois TV, and the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. Teens learn valuable skills like graphic and web design, audio and video production, and the business of media, all in a safe and fun Friday night club environment. For more information, visit thecurrent.org or call 814-553-8794.
This video production is made possible by the underwriting support of the Law Office of Attorney Leanne Nedza, serving DuBois and the surrounding area for over a decade, specializing in criminal law, family law, and estates. Attorney Leanne Nedza is proud to support local educational productions for DuBois TV. For more information, visit the law office of Leanne Nedza at nedzalaw.com or call 371-2800.
Production support for DuBois TV is also given by Jeff Tech in Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. Jeff Tech is the school of choice and is now offering 15 full-time adult education pathways, as well as a full complement of short night classes, workshops, and even online courses. Learn more about Jeff Tech Adult Education by visiting our new website at jefftech.info and like us on Facebook. Do you want a great career in digital design? The Digital Media Arts program at Jeff Tech is now accepting new, midterm, high school, and even adult students. Apply today and start midterm, just after Christmas. You are watching the Penn State DuBois Best Robotics Competition Practice Session, originally recorded October 10th at the DuBois Mall. Local area middle and high school media students report on this special event for DuBois TV.
And we're here with Dr. Feldbar, who's going to inform us more on this event. What do you got to say, Doc?
Well, this is a robotics competition, but it's actually a national competition. Penn State DuBois is the newest hub. Our hub goes from the North Carolina border all the way up through Canada, and from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to Clarion, Pennsylvania. And we have hubs here, or we have high schools here, building robots and competing. And today's a practice day. They'll actually come back to DuBois and compete in 2 weeks. But this is a competition. There are over 18,000 students actually competing in this event, and nationwide. And there are 46 hubs in 19 states, and Penn State DuBois is one of those hubs. And what you see here today is a game based on mining. Every year that game changes, but this year the theme of the game is they have a mine that is not safe for humans to enter. So they have to build a robot that can go in, do some repairs to the mine, as well as mine different things such as coal and things. Now, it doesn't all look like coal, or it doesn't all look like spodumene and different things. We have golf balls, we have a little foam, coal nuggets, we have aluminum balls. They simulate the mining, but they collect these items. They have to bring them out of the mine and put them into the different bins to score points. And so, but that's just one piece of this competition. The competition actually encompasses forming a company. They build a robot to complete this task, but then they also have a marketing team because they have to sell their robot. So they will do a marketing presentation. They will also do a booth where they will try to sell you their robot. So it shows them that it's not only important to have engineers and people who create things that way, but you need people who are very artistic and can create the logos and the look of your product. And then you also need the people who can sell it and who can talk about it and explain it. And so it shows them that it gives them an appreciation of all the different talents that are needed for a company to be successful.
Thanks for your time, thanks for the information, and now we're going to go meet some more of the teams competing. So as you can see, there are so many different teams competing here, and they're all doing really awesome work. Oh, hey, Jade! Jade is a fellow student at the Jeff Tech Digital Media Program. She's a junior. What are you up to here?
I came to watch the competition today. Some of my friends are in it. Hey, do you guys mind if I jump in and do some interviews?
Yeah, sure, you're more than welcome to.
Hi, I'm here at the DuBois Ball with Ruth Piper from DuBois Central Catholic, here to talk a little bit about their robotics team.
Hi, I'm with the DuBois Central Catholic's robotics team, and these are some of our students. This is Zach Logan and Peter Garrett and Logan Clancy. See, they're checking to see if I know all their names right. And this is our robot that we started working on this year for the game Pay Dirt that comes with the best organization. They give out a game every fall, and we started with this robot this year is what we've built so far. And the kids are trying to figure out the different tasks that the game has and then build components to our robot to make that happen.
That's actually really, really neat. What are some challenges that your kids faced while trying to accomplish this?
Well, they have to work together as a team. All of them have different ideas of how they would like to do things, and they have to decide on the best ideas. So today is one of those days where we look at what we've got so far, and then we decide, hey, do we need to change things? Do we need to do things a little bit different? And we go back to some of those other ideas that we discussed earlier.
It's just fun to actually have the feeling that you are able to accomplish something that's so difficult and has so much you have to do in such a short amount of time.
Dr. Feldbar, he said about the marketing aspect of this. You're on the marketing team. Can you tell us about what you do to market your robot?
Well, we make a marketing presentation for our competition in DuBois and in Fargo, North Dakota. We also make a trade booth that explains everything we've done throughout the year and everything we've done with the robot and how it got built. And we give handouts, we give information to the judges and any people that really want to find out more about it.
Boys Ball, we're now here with the Red Bank team, and so boys, tell me who you guys are and what is your involvement with this team here?
Well, my name's Matthew Green. I'm a 7th grader at Red Bank Valley High School, and I did the basic programming for the robot, and then I also kind of built a website, which is still under construction.
That's absolutely amazing, and you're in 7th grade?
Yeah.
I can't even do that.
I'm Peyton. I am one of the main coordinators for the engineering notebook, and I'm helping build the robot too, so I'm kind of the bridge between the two separate teams of this project.
Like, what are the challenges that you had to deal with the robot, like building it and all that? What are the challenges?
Well, at the beginning we just kind of tried to do make a perfect design, and today we're kind of testing out the differences between our initial design and what we need to change. Right now we know we need to change the size and the traction of the tires. But other than that, we're going to figure out some things in the next couple hours and hopefully come up with an alternate design after that.
You said you had to change the size and the traction of the tires. How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, we need to get over a 1x1 block of wood. And so we have to be able to pull ourselves over that because there's some pieces of the robot that drag, and that is the traction of the tires project. And the size, we have to fit in a 2x2 cube at the beginning and end of the project of the minute. And so we have to change the robot size for that.
Just a few basic parts. Here's your drive wheels and your buckets and everything. It's just a standard Vex controller. And then it is very similar to an Xbox, except it doesn't have the 1 D-pad. But if we go to the robot here, right here is the brain of our robot. It has this dongle which connects to the controller, and they talk wirelessly. And this is our scoop motor, and this lifts the bucket up. And here I'll lift the scoop, as you can see.
I'm so jealous.
And then if we can lift up the bucket. Oh, wait. Oh, dear. Something isn't working. Maybe. Oh, it's not going down. Oh. Anyway, so we have our bucket here, and then we can dump things in there, and that's basically what it does. It's not, I don't think it's anything too special, but it's pretty nice. One of the challenges whenever we were programming it, we have those motors, and we had to figure out how to switch the polarity on without actually doing anything, and that was really hard. And then was just terrible. Then we did get it. Yeah, a lot of clicking and dragging. Okay.
How long did this take you exactly?
How long did it take us? How long did it take us? Peyton, how long did it take us? How long did it take to get this?
Well, 3 weeks.
Okay, it took us about 3 weeks just to get that, and we've taken a lot of turns along the way.
This competition is an excellent opportunity to expose them to some real-world aspects of doing business, because number one, they're given a very limited amount of time to do this task. They're also given a limited amount of resources. This is a free competition to high schools. It costs nothing for them to participate other than they have to pay to come to the mall or come to Penn State DuBois campus. Okay, we provide over $20,000 worth of software free. We provide them with all of the materials, all of the tools, the programming software, the Cortexes, all of the nuts, the bolts, the materials to build it. So they're given a limited amount of time to build the robot and to put this all together, but it also gives them exposure to real-world software. For instance, we give them software that is actually used in industry.
I'm Gabe Gahino. I'm with Clare and Limestone High School, and we're here with our team today, and we're trying to work on some programming issues with our robot. And I was just asking him some questions about it. But okay, so we're not using the left and right on the joysticks because we have the functions right here.
Yeah.
Can we put those two motors on one joystick? Or will that overload that port?
You can, but you have to watch, because when you push it like that, it's going to go and activate your servos and your wheels.
Which servos?
These servos and your wheels at the same time, because see, if you go like that, it's going even though you're pushing it. So you have to make sure that you push it directly sideways.
Okay, so it's not like a variable where you could run it, like if you had it turned that way, it wouldn't turn that way. It's like one or the other if you put it on one. So is that the best setup then for those two motors to go on the big sticks, just the way it is? So probably don't mess with that, is what you're trying to say?
Your best bet for that, for the servos, is you should be running it off of a button or your two back there.
Can we put those servos on one button?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to need help doing that then, programming wise. Okay, thanks a lot. And this is Timmy, and there's Kaylee there. She's going to maybe be watching as you help him program that too. All right.
Tire size to do your speed, the all thread to lift the bucket up and down if we're gonna have enough power with the motor, and what's the other problems we had?
Tilt your bucket fast enough.
If the smaller engine we had was gonna run the bucket up and down fast enough to have the power to lift everything.
What does it take to program all this stuff?
It's fairly basic. All it is blocks, and it's not even really code. It's just finding out what values you need and what you want the motors to do.
Can you show some examples here? I can see the screen. Go ahead.
This is actually the program for the DuBois Area High School robot. This is saying that this is your simple tank drive system here. What these are saying is that as you hit your toggle button, which would be your joystick, is going to give you a variable input, because a motor has a description from positive 127 to negative 127 on the motor. So as you do that, it'll activate the motor and it'll give you the display of what it will do, and then a graph will actually show up and tell you what the robot is doing.
So explain to me, if you would, a little bit about the memory capacity of this. Okay, you got to have some kind of memory in there to be able to receive the instructions and store them in memory, right? Can you explain that a little bit? Some of the components that are involved?
Basically what it is the VEX controller is basically just like a giant memory chip, and as you activate the different buttons, it sends the messages to the remote, and then there's different rails on which the motors work on.
Cool. And can you point to what we're talking about there?
So basically this is the VEX module. This is where all your memory is, and then your different rails are where these ports are. So the rails are actually in between 2 and 5 and 6 and 10. And then what you're doing is these are all your motors that you're going to use. As you plug in your ports from there to your motors, you can see that it will actually send the messages to the remote and then to the motor to tell it what to do.
Fascinating. How long did this all take you?
Usually this till mall day takes us about 3 weeks, but programming we only take about a couple of minutes. Because it's all block based, it isn't code based, so you don't really need to work that hard on doing it because there's tutorial videos and it's fairly easy to do. Building the robot, it's basically trial and error if you don't know what you're doing. It's all time based because you only get 6 weeks, so.
How come only 6 weeks? Does that imply anything, like to get the materials? Is it like 6 weeks just to build the thing, or 6 weeks for the entire thing?
It's 6 weeks for the whole thing. You don't get any materials, like you can't bring in your own stuff. You have to do it all with the materials that you give you, and deadline is 6 weeks. If you don't have a robot, then you don't have a robot.
Okay, that's really cool, actually. What would you, like, you're in high school, correct?
Yes, it is high school, middle school, and even some people go as low as 5th grade.
5th grade? Really?
Yep. DCC's team actually does it down to 5th grade and up to 12th.
That's amazing. I could probably do the programming a little bit and the motorizing stuff. I could probably do that for a little bit, but I don't think I can do this on my own. Like, did you have help with other people, or was it mostly you?
Programming wise, I actually talk with the creator behind MathLab and Simulink, Sandeep. He helps me learn all what I need to do. If I have any questions, I send him an email and he talks to me directly.
That is actually really cool. Do some of your teachers support you with this project? Like, do you actually have some friends that support you with it? What's up with that?
Oh yes, a lot of the teachers, in fact all the teachers in my school that do this it's non-paying. It's completely their time and they don't get paid to do any of it. It's all out of their heart.
They should get paid for this, like seriously. They need to get paid for this because this is amazing.
I agree. They really do some nice work and they really help you. If you have problems, they try as best as they can, and even though some of them aren't physics teachers and stuff like that, they still try to help you and they still try to do their best.
Would you say that you would do this in the future, like as a hobby or a career choice actually?
I would like to go into materials engineering, so this will greatly help me in that aspect. So yes, I would say that would be a great career choice because it teaches you a lot about actual engineering and what you're doing in the real world.
Okay, I wish you great luck on the competition and I hope you guys win.
Thanks a lot, guys. That was great. Good stuff.
How'd I do?
Watch out, kiddo. You did great. Watch out. Get a little, just put the mic up there when it's
on. Is a motor has a positive of 127 to negative 127, as you can see here.
Okay.
So then What it's saying is whenever you hit this button, it's going to find the value of where you're putting the joystick and send it to the motor, and then it's going to display your values in the program.
What kind of prizes do you do? Like, if there's first place, what kind of prizes do you get? And also, if it is all for fun and games, all for the experience after the nationals, like what are for the prizes and what do you do afterwards?
Okay, they'll receive prizes. They'll receive trophies and medals and things and plaques for winning the different events, being first, for instance, with their notebook, being first for the robotics competition. We give out awards for the best design. We give out awards for the best T-shirt, for the best flag. We give out the awards for team spirit, for the marketing, for the booth, and then we give out the major awards are first, second, and third in best, which is everything. All of those smaller areas are weighted and combined to give you a score for overall, and that would be the best award. And so there's first, second, and third in best, and there's first, second, and third in the robotics competition itself. When they go on to regionals, there too, it's mainly bragging rights and a trophy. Okay, but it's just like being winning states in football. You get a trophy and you get the bragging rights. We're very, very fortunate. There's a team here, DuBois Area High School, took third place in regionals the past 2 years, and the last year the number one team came from Pittsburgh. So Pennsylvania is a major player in robotics nationwide.
Right now in middle school, we have Chromebooks for some reason, and like we're getting into the technology more and more, like each day.
And I also think that it's that, but also it's the mentors. Many of these teams not only have the teachers helping the students, but there are people within the community, parents, and other people that are coming in, and they help to teach. And because of all the industry and the technology that we have in our area as well as in Western Pennsylvania, we have so many experts that are available to come in and help and teach. And so it really it provides the students with a resource that is world class.
We're down here with the team from Reading and Morgantown.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us who you are and what's your involvement in this team.
Well, my name is Jim, and one of my sons is involved as one of the programmers and builders for this robot.
And this is a younger team. This is not a high school team, is it?
Well, the oldest is 15. So, yeah.
Morgantown's a really long way to drive. You guys must be passionate about this. What is the educational value you guys think that your kids are going to get from this?
Well, we're part of a local homeschool group down there, and our leader, Lynn Burkholder, basically heard about this and contacted the leaders in charge and decided to get involved. And so it was a lot of fun. The kids are really enjoying it. They're learning a lot. It's been a great experience working together. We like the multi-discipline aspect of BEST. Not just favors the building of the robot. It favors the marketing and the writing. So there's a lot of emphasis on the various aspects of the project. So it's different than I think what you see in other programs, and that's I think what makes it unique.
Who are you, and how did you get involved with your robot?
The leader of this particular team is my aunt, and one time I was over at her house and she decided to ask me if I'd want to be on the team. I'm actually one of the programmers, and I've been programming it recently to be able to let the arm go in and out off of just 2 buttons and have a system to make it go half the speed normally and full speed when you want it to.
That sounds pretty complicated. Is it easy, or?
A friend of mine is a programmer, so I was able to call him and get info from him on how to do it.
And I worked on the notebook, the engineering notebook.
Tell us about the engineering notebook.
It's for, the recording of the engineering process. So every change that they would make to the robot, we have to record in the notebook.
And I am the leader of CAD. And
how old are you?
I'm 11. Wow.
Like, do you see this as a hobby or a career in your choice of eyes?
I'm intending to go into electromechanical engineering, so probably as a step towards a career.
A hobby.
Yeah, hobby.
Okay, so 2 hobbies and 1 career. How about that? Do you guys seem to have fun with this, and how long did it take you?
It's been 4 weeks since we started thus far. And 2 weeks later, it'll be the competition day.
Are you guys excited for the competition?
Yeah, pretty much.
Also nervous because we don't feel like we're ready yet, but
scared out of my mind.
I feel like you guys will do fine, actually, because you guys have a wonderful robot. The robot got stuck.
Ask them if they're excited to go to Fargo, North Dakota in the dead of winter.
Yeah, really, winter gone.
Our parents aren't really.
Probably not going to fly to Fargo if we go. Although, if we do drive, it's going to be long.
There was a suggestion of renting a tour bus, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Excited to play in the snow and for the car ride.
You don't get to ride your robot though. Can you guys show us your bot?
Yeah, let's see the bot.
About how it works.
Who wants to explain it? Okay, you do it.
So this is the rack and pinion. We're going to have this. This will be a lift.
The roll of duct tape is on the front to weight down the mic, to weight down the end of this.
Oh, okay, because I was actually about to comment on that.
Back gate. The back gate there eventually will hopefully open it up, 8 up.
Oh, there it goes.
And when it tilts back, it will dump all the commodities out.
All right. I noticed that when you were lifting up the piece of metal, all of the technology stuff was underneath it. Why did you choose to put it there rather than on top like the other contestants?
We didn't have anywhere else to put it that it wouldn't get smashed by things rolling around.
And it's better looking.
Earlier I saw it having trouble going through that little doorway.
Tape is supposed to be very, very sticky, but it hasn't been, so it'll just be rolling on the on the carpet, and it'll be slipping and.
We've discovered there's some changes we need to make to the way it goes through the door.
Eventually the wheels will hopefully have some type of hex-headed bolt studded around it, so it'll be able to grip it and kind of have spikes that'll dig into the carpet.
So in theory, once that's working, the robot will pick that up. And once that's working, our arm will have the strength to push this down. Wow. So that we can just collect all the golf balls.
Wow.
So when they come out of this competition, they actually have an expertise that many companies value. And they've been doing it and learning it as a fun activity. So it really is a nice opportunity for them to get a jump start into what's being used in the real world today.
That definitely sounds like a really nice opportunity. It's basically like what we have for the Kurrent. We have opportunities to teach the kids how to edit videos, draw. It has a lot of potential, and a lot of these students want to do this. Like, it's their choice to come in, do this. It's their choice.
All right. So where does everyone go from here? Like, is there contest in other places?
Well, this is just practice. The actual competition will take place in 2 weeks at the Penn State DuBois campus in the multipurpose building. The public is welcome to attend, and it's a lot of fun. It starts at 9 o'clock, and then the people who win there, the winners will be given an invitation to go to regionals. The regionals, they cut the United States in half, and it will include all of the teams in the northern half of the United States as well as Canada. And they will go to Fargo, North Dakota in the first part of December. It's kind of cold. Could be could be 45 below zero, which is an experience in itself. But they do get to move on to regionals and compete against other students nationwide. Like I said, there are 18,000 students in this competition.